Good evening and welcome to the Indie Bandits Twitch stream and YouTube channel. My name is Jimmy and I'm here with Joe.
All right, Jim.
I am. Are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
Champion.
Ready to chat shit and conquer medieval Europe, or probably lose as many places as we gain. I think
Yeah,
that's
just
where
sort of
we were
like
last time.
we've sort of
Break even.
plateaued, haven't we? Not so
Oh
great.
yeah, we've got very little time to finish conquering medieval Europe. We've got a nice line through the middle of it though, that could be used as a jumping off point, but we seem to be just constantly under attack, and anytime we make gains, the Danes just rediscover their strength and come back at us.
Yep, it's making it very, very difficult to do anything really.
Oh yeah. And like, where are they getting their strength from? Like, I mean, their strength in numbers, not just their strength. I mean, maybe it's just like a hearty breakfast of porridge, but they just seem to have like, it doesn't matter how many cities we take from them, they still have a massive army just like hiding somewhere.
Yeah, they seem to constantly able to bring people over.
Ships ready.
Oh, hello. Forgot about them, didn't
Hello. Like, because
Set sail.
where did we get?
Well,
We gained
Sir,
somewhere
we are
in
leaving
France
the
last time
ships.
out. I forget where it was. It wasn't. We already had mess. We took somewhere. No, did we take somewhere further down? Maybe it was in Switzerland. But we took somewhere last time out, and then the Danes immediately came back and took Antwerp.
Aye, sire.
they? They did.
We have
Oops.
their port
That's not
blockaded.
what I was trying to
sire.
do. Okay, never mind.
Sire, the fleet cannot sail there.
Right, we might get Caen back.
These ships cannot go there.
Good. I think we've not been doing well since we lost Caen.
Slowly been trying to get things back, but hang on, what's going on over here?
Yes, Your Highness.
How is it only 78% Catholic?
God's servant.
That's not nearly enough Catholic.
It's not. I need Catholicism now. Give me
Don't we all?
Catholicism, stat.
50 Catholic churches. No, I've got that the wrong way around. I've given you the
Need
punchline
50
before this.
Rosemaries of.
I was going to
need
say 50
rosemary beads of
cc's.
Catholicism.
I was going to say 50 cc's and then say Catholic
Hail,
churches,
my king.
but
Ah.
I dropped that
Your
early
will, sire,
and
we
just
shall
completely
engage.
ruined it.
You did.
We shall
Long week.
prevail in this
Long
siege,
week.
sire.
Where's all me family members at? They're all spread out. Bollocks, how am I?
Is that like a white way to say something really gangster? Where are all my family members at?
That's it, yeah. It's the cool way. Mitchell the Mean. Right, okay, I need to have more kids, people.
That's a good name.
What's the family tree looking like? Have we got kids on the way? One. Oh. Couple of kids into... Dear me, man, no way.
She gets around, doesn't she? I mean, more power to her, but
What yous all doing? Have kids.
I know they're different women, aren't they? But they clearly sexism was rife when in 2006, and I guess still in 2021. But they clearly just went, we're making a game about
Are you...
medieval history. We don't. How many art assets do we need for the women? One will be enough, I think. Just make one picture of a woman.
Just the one.
will,
Are we... Oh my god. They're telling us not to fight Portugal? I'm about
But
to take...
Portugal keeps fighting us.
Is he Portuguese? Yes, of course he's bloody... Oh yeah, Pope Oddus of Portugal. I'm not playing favourites there at all, are you, mate? Oh my god. Right, I don't know what to do.
Orders, my lord. Yes.
Can we take Venice? Are they
Hail,
weak?
my king.
Or they're not weak? We even seen the Venetians yet? Are they a thing in this?
They are.
Sire,
Right. City state of Venice.
we shall
Right,
continue
he's heading off.
tomorrow, my liege.
You're getting more people back. to defend that. Okay.
We had a decent army through the middle, didn't we? With that sort of line we've made, dividing Europe in half. We're just cutting Europe through, like, the Franco-German border.
Fleet ready, sire.
Yeah.
A fine day to sail.
The thing is, in this game, units can move pretty freely through enemy territory if there's not something to stop them. Right.
Yes,
There's no like
relatively,
there's no
yeah.
like movement. There's
my
no
God.
movement penalty on them or anything like that. It's not like
Ships ready.
if you want to waltz through enemy territory, if there's not an army
You
there
do
to
it.
stop you, you can. Yeah, you go for a walk.
You want to
get your
waltz?
steps
You go
in.
waltz.
I think we should waltz right up to Vienna because it'd be thematic. Is Vienna in this? Should be, right?
Venice
Yeah.
is. Vienna probably is, yeah.
And they love a good waltz in Vienna.
They do.
I think it's their kind of thing. You want to hear today's birthdays whilst you get set.
It's like those old
Got a few of them.
kid shows. You remember, like they used to do
Where
that,
you
didn't
wrote
they?
the letters in. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. These,
Will, sire.
not saying that people watching aren't famous, but these people might be more famous than you. I mean, if you're equally as famous as these people and today's your birthday, then
Break off the
obviously
siege.
we'll give you a shout out. But to start it off, Art Garfunkel is celebrating his birthday today. Born on this day in
Can't do it,
1941.
sire. Can't do that,
Right.
sire.
So, you know, if you are watching this stream
Hail, my king.
and you're as famous as Art Garfunkel and it's your birthday, then do let us know because I think that'll be a really important shout out. But if you're not as famous as Art Garfunkel, would also accept as famous as Brian Adams, who's also celebrating his birthday today, which I believe that means it's another national holiday in Canada.
It will be, yeah.
Yes. Got an obscure one for you as well. See if you remember this person, Judy Reyes.
That's Scrubs, isn't it?
Yes,
Yep.
Your Highness.
Remember who's played?
Heretic, sire.
God's
Carla.
servant.
Yep, that's the one.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that name in the list of
the
today's
blessed.
birthdays. I'm like, Judy needs a shout out on the indie Bandits
God,
Twitch.
she
I think
does, yeah.
she'll appreciate
love
that. Excellent show though. Excellent
We're
show.
burning heretics left, right, and centre here.
Godspeed.
Sam Rockwell as well, enjoying his birthday. Fine actor as well. And finally, Johnny Greenwood, if you remember who Johnny Greenwood is.
Guitarist, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Big side fringe out of Radiohead. I don't know
Yeah,
if he's
that's
still got
it,
the big
yeah.
side fringe, but guitarist with the big side fringe. And the also got the holidays and observances for today. The obvious one being it's Guy Fawkes Night.
It is.
So any random explosions that aren't part of the game are
Exposures.
probably being any random exposure that aren't part of the game. Well, that's just unavoidable wardrobe malfunctions. But explosions, on the other hand, are probably due to it being Guy Fawkes Night in the UK.
Ooh, look at this thing. Let's get one of them.
If you do, we've got to call it Jamie, though, right?
Yes.
That's the
Football. No, hang on. No. What am I thinking of?
Ready.
Jamie Carragher.
What's
Ah,
that? It's Carragher if
Carragher.
you're thinking about the footballer.
no, yeah, I'm thinking of yeah.
I deal with matters
What
of
was the thing called?
You will not show your
A
people.
Carrick.
Hail, my king.
Then Michael, then, right?
Yeah,
As you
There we
will,
go.
my
Call
king.
it Michael.
To battle.
that's acceptable.
That's an acceptable name for a Carrick.
Right, what's happening here? We're gonna smash him. You know what? I half wanna. Just got loads of siege equipment.
Then I think we should siege them.
Oh, we're gonna
Honor
smash this.
and
Though.
glory await England, men. Attack!
We're gonna smash him. Let's just start the deployment and get in their faces.
Gross.
What are these wearing?
Just deploy in their faces.
Right.
Who we got? Who we
Siege
fight?
tower. Siege tower.
Who we up against?
We are up against the somebodies. The Poles? Polish,
Could be.
maybe?
Don't know.
I don't discriminate between my enemies. They're just enemies to me.
Like, we're having a hard enough time kicking ass. We don't have enough time to also be taking names.
Yeah. There's no taking names going on.
Like, the plan was to play through like a campaign and kick loads of ass, right?
We've kicked
And
lots
have
of
this-
ass. We'll just be kicking lots of ass outside our front gates most of the time.
Just been handing people their asses on a platter right outside of the city gates, which are often opened for some reason.
Yeah, because that one guy whose job it is to just keep the city gates closed. He's far too friendly.
I love the idea that he's just some like proper pally lad who's just like,
Come in.
He's like-
settle down. I take a weight off, you know, just.
it's like, hang on, I was told to only let in English people and not Danes. Are you Danish? Me? I'm not doing an accent. Let's just assume it's an accent. 'Cause too late in the day to do a fucking Danish accent. But let's just imagine he has a really strong Danish accent. The guy's like, yeah, all right, come on in. You'll shut the gate behind you though, right? He's like, yeah.
Yes, I will.
It's the Swede. That Swede out of Family Guy's had too many impressions on this stream. To be fair. The baker, isn't it? The hot
Vanderberg.
pea. Yeah, the hot pea.
Oh no, you're covered in my hot pea. It seemed like a much better idea to get in the siege tower before you get there.
Oh, not if
You
you've
know?
got piles. That is not a comfortable ride. I can't imagine that siege tower has active suspension.
No, the Brits are pretty good at making active suspension siege towers.
A good idea. Probably. I mean,
You got those
It's-
ones that
it's
the like rappers get as well, like they just bounce up and down on the suspension.
or just what they call, man. Like,
Why is all going up the same ladder, you absolute plebs? What are you doing? There's a perfectly good set of ladders right here.
yeah, it's like it's school, isn't it?
Them ladders are better
Like-
than mine. I
Right.
want his ladders.
You know when there was like different packs of scissors, and there was always like the ones that were really good, and obviously never the fucking left-handed ones. Like, I'm left-handed, and I didn't even want those. I'm like, the fuck, man. And there's never the right amount. There was never the like right ratios for it either.
The battle is
Yeah.
very much in our favor.
You know, it's like
If we remain
1 in
true
10 of
and
us
steadfast,
are left-handed.
Victory will be ours.
There's 30 of us in this class. We should have 3 pairs of left-handed scissors. It's not complicated. And you might want to give those out first rather than letting a bunch of fucking 6-year-olds run over 2 scissors and run back with scissors. And then half of them are like, these yellow and green scissors are rubbish, base. It's like, yeah, because they're left-handed. You don't quit. But at that point, you can't like. The teacher really should be like, you know what? That's on me. That's on me. I left 36-year-olds to redistribute resources amongst themselves. What did I think was going to happen?
They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. That's 6.
If they cannot figure out how to work... Oh, what is happening here? This has gone, like, completely all over the shop.
The battle is
very-
very much in our favor.
There you go.
If we
Get up the
remain
ladders and
true
that.
and steadfast, victory will be ours.
It will be if everyone can just figure out how to use the ladders.
I know it's now 15 years old, but the pathfinding on this was, I mean, maybe I'm just remembering other games wrong, but I feel the pathfinding on this game is particularly pants.
Yeah, well, they say they try to do like lots of fancy things, like having the walls here that you can fight on the walls and blah blah blah. And it just, actually, you know what? To be fair, they did that in Rome, and I don't remember being. I don't know. They just, yeah, the AI in this and the pathfinding was never a strong point. Thankfully, the rest of the game was enjoyable enough. You can kind of overlook it a little bit, but
Was this also round about the same time that like this level of 3D was becoming more prominent in like the genre? Because I feel, were 3D RTSs were they fully established by this
yeah,
point?
because Rome had come out, and that was like hugely popular.
I know, but but that was like was that not the first one? Was Rome?
No, Shogun was the first one. Then
Right.
Shogun, then Medieval 1, then Rome, then Medieval 2.
But this is all the same franchise, right? This is like, I can't think of any like had Command and Conquer would have made the jump to 3D by that point, wouldn't
Oh,
they?
yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
Our soldiers
This
have
was at
proved
the
their
end of
worth
the-
today. The enemy's walls belong to us now.
oh no.
Everyone pile in.
What was the first Command and Conquer? That was 3. Was it Generals? The first like 3D one?
Like fully 3D one, yeah, that would have been Generals, yeah.
Yeah, because that one came after like Red Alert 2, didn't it? That was the first like 3D one they did, I think. Just looking that up now. Yeah, that was out in 2003. But that one didn't have. But that was like units rather than squads. If you
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we
know what I
will
mean,
smash
like
the enemy.
It was individual.
like they didn't have individuals. Like we're talking like tanks and stuff. We didn't have, you didn't have people like climbing up walls and shit like that. They were just moving across like quite deserty terrain in that one, wasn't it? It was a very man, it feels a bit like it just doesn't feel very tasteful in hindsight. Maybe I didn't think about it much, but like, they had the pseudo like they like the sci-fi one with like the Tiberian Sun and not Tiberian, what was it called, like just regular Command Conquer and then Tiberian Sun. They had like that timeline, and then they had like the Red Alert timeline where it was all like alternate Cold War history,
Yeah.
which was all very tongue-in-cheek, but just looking at like screens of generals, or was that just what the world was doing? Because this is like 2 years after like 9/11, and it just feels like, is that what everyone did? Was just everything like contemporary warfare? Am I like misremembering what games we're doing? Because it just feels like that's the one time like Command and Conquer maybe shouldn't have made a game of like fighting insurgents in the desert, or was that literally what they were doing?
I have no idea.
It like seems really on the nose, but then I'm like, is that also the same kind of time Call of Duty? Did everyone just shift towards like, if you want to be blowing stuff up, you want to be blowing up stuff in the Middle East? Is that like, was that the vibe?
Maybe.
So I don't know, with a 2020 sensibility, that feels a bit like, I think it would be odd to have like it would be full circle, but it would feel odd to have a game come out in like the next year or two about fighting in Afghanistan following like the Taliban retaking it.
Yeah.
Or maybe it would be exactly what they just did there. They're like, well, it's what everyone's thinking about. Why don't we just have this very thinly veiled premise of, fighting people in turbans? That's like all the artwork is. The artwork is like American style general, and like people in turbans. And it's like, eesh. Really? I know, like, C&C wasn't, like, tasteful. It was always, like, very tongue-in-cheek and jokey, but this feels like that was the first one, from my memory, the first one that was sort of serious.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
it
it's
feels
more
like-
like real world stuff going on, wasn't it? Rather than a real world setting, anyway. Even if it was slightly over the
Rather
top.
than the fictional settings that we had. Yeah, it was, like, meant to be so realistic. I don't even think it was that good a game from memory.
General say it. No, I didn't think it was.
I think that was. I played Red Alert 3 and remember it's like. Ugh. 3D doesn't suit these games. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
there was
liked
something about
kind-
the old way of doing it that was like charming, wasn't it?
And the speed as well. I think everything felt like speedier.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like it was quick and it was quick and fun and silly, and it was like it was more like making ant colonies fight than like the way all the units moved, especially if you played like online where every game was set to like 5 or 6 speed or whatever. The slider for the speed of the game was from 1 to 6, and people
Yeah.
often played on like speeds 5 or 6.
I never usually played it at the highest setting.
I think I always played it one off. Like I think speed 5 out of 6 was my preference, because 6 was just I'm like, this is too fast. It doesn't give me time to think. For everyone who plays it enough to have like automatisms, then sure. But for me, it's like, fuck, nah, I don't know what's going on. Mint games though, I don't think I can't get them to work on me. On my PC, there's a lot of stuff you have to do to get them to work on like a more modern machine, which is a shame, because I would
Yeah.
happily go back to any of those games.
Oh yeah, there was some good laughs had with Command and
I
Conquer.
think I own the full collection like 2 or 3 times as well. Like
Only half the enemy force
I
remains.
owned all the games like individually as they were coming out. Then I owned like the first Decade collection, which was all the like sprite-based 2D ones again.
Yeah.
Then I think I bought the full collection again on like whatever EA's thing's called, Origin. Like EA's own buy our games here thing. Then I think I own it again on Steam. I own so many copies of Command & Conquer and I can't play any of them. Just such a shame, because they'd be so much fun. Was enjoying that. What was that one we were playing? Not like this time last year, maybe. No, not this time last year.
Supreme Commander.
That was a good laugh.
It was
Fucking
good fun,
insane
yeah.
though. That game is just
My
like
lord, our men are in command of the city.
it's just like RTS on crack, isn't it? It's just like here's everything on like here's 2,000 units that you have to control all at once. What?
Yeah. It was a bit of a learning curve with that one.
It was, and then it got to the point where just that it was too big, wasn't it? Like the fights were just ended up
Our men have slain
like
the
it was a lot of like
enemy
macro
general.
management, wasn't it? There was just
Yeah.
so much to like be getting on with. Still very good, and we picked it up really cheap, didn't we? After we'd I think
Stupidly cheap.
we'd driven Dawn of War 2 into the ground by overplaying that, right? Was it Dawn of
Well,
War
we
2?
got to the point where we were playing that on
play-
like the
we were
hardest
playing-
setting, and it was very
we were
easy.
And with that cool mod. The
Yeah.
problem with most of these, like with RTSs though, I find well, with most games, the difference between the hardest AI setting and then other people, that gulf is not a place you want to be. And it's a really, for me, really unenjoyable part of playing any game where you're like, I can best all the computer characters,
All of
AI,
Christendom
whatever.
will be awed by
Now I
the
want to play
victory
against
we
real
have won
people,
here
but I
today.
don't want 12 months of getting my arse handed to me to find out whether I actually like the game multiplayer or not.
Yeah.
If that makes it, if that makes any sense. And with RTSs, it's like I don't know at which point I'm gonna get good enough to, you know, actually start like winning any battles. Because it's like it's
Glory, honor,
you can take something
victory.
away from a loss. I think
My
sometimes
lord,
you can
our
learn, but like
courage and honor
with
have
so much of what
conquered.
with what's going on, shrouded under the fog of war in these kinds of games, you know, you do, unless you want to like save the replays in some of these games and go back over them, you can't actually watch what you can't see what your opponent's doing and learn from it.
No.
Whereas like obviously if you play someone regularly at chess, you see all their moves. You know, so you can still learn from your losses and that. But with an RTS, you're like, I don't know what they were doing at this moment in the game, especially when it's a game where like they're building units and like harvesting resources, and you're like,
That's not possible, sire.
where'd they get all that money from?
Can't do it, sire.
But, you know, where is it coming from? Because I felt like I did nothing but harvest in the very start of this game, and then they sent over like 8,000 of the best troops. I can't afford one of them yet. That's that's what was happening. Us and some of the Supreme Commander things as well, wasn't it? Like the AI was like, where are they getting all this money from? How are they so like
Yeah.
adept?
It's like almost impossible for them to have been going as fast as they were.
But it's because they don't have that no time with AI. Like no time is wasted between the clicks. But then you see like human players at like top level, and you're like, how do they do it? You know, how are they like watch some like pro StarCraft players, and you're like, flip. This is just like it's not even funny how much shit they can click on in a given second, and it still like be doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I think that it's the same. It's the same with any like skill or ability. Like if you're not that good, it's almost impossible to like understand how people do what they do at any top level.
Oh yeah, because it just looks like they're on a different. They are on a different level.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So hang on, here we go. Poland attacks me, nothing. I get me city back, might be excommunicated. I'm not allowed to attack Portugal, but they're all right to blockade my port and surround me. France,
Your will, sire.
I'm not allowed to attack France. I'm just gonna go down here and find someone that can attack.
By your command.
well, that's the phrase when art imitates life. Is that a bunch of French and English boats having a bit of a
By
barney
your
in the
will,
channel?
sire, we
That's
shall
the
engage.
Portuguese. They're blockading.
All right, it's not the French then. It's not about fish, no.
No, it's not. This is a. But it's so stupid. If I attack one of them,
It's ready.
You're in
no,
trouble.
surely.
But
No,
but that
I'm
boat
gonna do it.
can't
I'm gonna
leave.
do it.
The enemy fleet.
So do so. Oh, what? See, like, I'm not allowed to. Maybe I'm only allowed to attack the one that's blockaded me.
Set sail.
Like, stop attacking people. I'm like, they're attacking me. It's ridiculous.
So the one that's like technically blockading you is a no-go, but the one that's
You want us gone?
one that you can't just go around sinking ships because they're too near where we live.
Yeah, apparently.
What they like though, it's a bit messed up that it has like this game hasn't let us do anything. You know, it's like
I don't know where all these.
The enemy
Like,
lays
the other
siege
dumb
to
thing
our
is as well, by
people,
this
sire.
point, usually some of these civilizations will have been knocked off by wars with others, but because they've all just been pally with each other and just fought me, there's been none of that happening. Oh, you want a ceasefire, do you? Okay, fine. I'll tell you what can I get out of you? Let's get some trade rights, and let's share some map information, and you can give me 1,000 gold. Nope. I'll just do that.
Unfortunately,
Oh my God.
we cannot accept this.
Whatever, you can
got
have that.
bored the other day and played a
I look forward
a
to
game
our
of
next
Civ,
meeting.
and I think on the easiest setting because I haven't played in donks, but just like it wasn't even a challenge, and like I'm not boasting about like winning a game of Civ on the easiest setting. It's not a single nation declared war on me until like
Holy shit.
like
Sorry, but-
1950 in the game. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I think that's how like a lot of Civ's difficulty works as well. It's like how eager other civilizations are to chin you. But like, it was fun. It was Civ 6 I was playing, and it was fun. I was just like, it plays very differently. I was just seeing like how quickly I could just like colonize the globe by sending out settlers everywhere and setting up cities and crack on like that. But it was like a whole. It was like playing Catan. You know, you're just like, you're not fighting each other, but you're just running out to be like, I need a town here, and like was watching little settler units race across the Americas, and like I'm like, don't build. Oh, the bastards have built a city there. That was a good source of water. I wanted that. No one had any fight, but I had too many cities, and then in the end, I changed the rules of the game and decided it was about having a war. But just as I was like several technologies ahead of everyone else and had tanks, just rocked up and just was like, all the civs were like furious at me. You know, you have like Gandhi on the blower being like disgusting, and it's like, Gandhi thinks you're a warmonger. I'm like, well, I'm mongering
Gandhi
a lot
is
of
correct.
war at the minute. Gandhi is not mistaken. But what's Gandhi gonna do about it? Fuck all. That's what he's gonna do about it. Not, you know, they're all like happy to like flap their jaws about it and be like, oh, you're a warmonger. I'm like, well, let's be having you.
Let's be
Nope.
having you.
Delia Smith.
Where are you?
Fuck me, she'd been in the in the
She'd
fridge.
been on the
hadn't
sauce a bit early that day, hadn't she?
she had been in hospitality, drinking all the champagne that day. What an excellent. Well, what was even the context of that? I know she's just part of the team. I mean, obviously not a player, or even catering, ironically. But like, does she own part of the team or anything like that?
She's
Or is she
she's one of the owners of Norwich City Football Club, yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah, but like, why did she need to get on the pitch and rile everyone up? Like, were they getting relegated? Did they need to like win the match? Was it half time? I can't remember any of the
They weren't
context. of
doing
this
very
amazing
well, and I guess she was trying to
Hail my king.
amp up the fans.
Yes,
Possibly, yeah.
my liege. Making camp
I mean,
here,
amazing.
noble sire.
I love the
I
fact
throw
that there's
down
just
the
like,
gauntlet to you. Accept. Hail my king.
there was no
Hail
one
my
there who
king.
could just like talk her out of it, or even just,
Sire.
I don't know how the optics would have been had someone overpowered and stopped. Like, imagine like the stewards like what's going
Delia,
on the
put the
touchline?
microphone
There's
down,
a big
please.
scrap.
Delia.
There's a big scrap with like the stewards and Delia Smith, who like is desperate to like grab a microphone and take the pitch and say
Leave
something.
these lands, infidel, or
And
I
everyone's
shall
like,
remove
we
you.
think she's had quite enough, but she is adamant she's getting on that pitch and saying something to the fans to get them amped up for this match. Should we stop her? Nah, it'll be funny. Funny, just leave her.
hilarious, man. See what she does.
The Sultan will be most pleased at your demise, infidel.
Yes,
Jesus.
Your Highness.
Leave these lands, infidel, or I shall remove you. Leave these lands.
Well,
infidel,
they're new, aren't they?
or
The
I
orange
shall
dudes.
remove you.
I mean, they're not the original dudes. The yellow dudes are the ones that were
Yellow
fighting
dudes
in,
are original. That's Egypt, and then here's the Moors.
Ah.
So they're
pretty
all right with us. They're
sneaky
like,
Moors.
yeah, we don't care. But the Egyptians are
we'll
like,
take that
we
city
want
that
that
used to
back,
belong to you.
please. I'm like, nah, you're all right, mate. I'll keep it. Like, no, we want it. I was like, sorry.
It was James Acaster. Is it Acaster? Acaster? I don't know how to pronounce his surname. In one of his stand-ups, talking about the like the stuff in the British Museum
The enemy has laid
and how
siege
like
to us, sire.
the people that it's been stolen from have asked for it back, and he goes, and their policy is interesting. They've gone with a blanket no.
They've gone with a blanket. Finders keepers.
And he goes, what's he say? He goes, yeah. He goes, their reasoning for not giving back the stuff that doesn't belong to them is, we're not done looking at it yet. I mean, if you want to come in and have a look at it, you can, but it's got to stay here so we can all have a look at it. It's like absolutely insane.
Joe, look. Sherwood Archers, Robin Hood.
Nice.
Actually, unlock
course.
that like a unique unit in the game. I didn't. You've got to like have a specific building come up as an option to purchase, and then when you do, you get access to them.
Like, I can only imagine that is not historically accurate. I mean, obviously Sherwood's there,
They've had a bit of fun with it. Let's put it that way.
and archers are there. I mean, I know they're meant to be Robin Hood, but
My lord.
big Peter Pan vibes, right?
If it is right, you
Robin Hood and Peter Pan
Counsel, sir.
go to the same tailors, I think.
That sounds like the start of a joke, doesn't it?
It was the start and the end of it, but don't worry, you're not obliged to laugh.
I never do, Joe.
No, I've given up on that.
Right, hang on
I
here.
look forward to fighting you.
I don't think my
I look
fantastic.
forward
All right,
to
calm down.
fighting
man.
you.
Don't know if this army can take. Oh.
Would you say it's theirs to lose?
Uh-huh.
Hey, there we go.
Oh no, I've
Gotta-
gotten stuck next to this
Tired
guy.
of ordering your own forces about?
Oh no. I didn't lose one of my kids, did I?
Carelessly. Whoops.
Oh no, we're good. Right, what are we doing? Where are you going?
Hail, my king.
We're
The
gonna have to
Kaiser's
beat
fighters
Athelwolf.
yearn to face you in battle. Face
Great
me in
name.
battle. It is the honorable way to resolve this.
Had a lot of good strong names in this in these streams.
That we'll have. Right, I'm gonna. I reckon we'll have this lot.
Muster your courage, men. We march into battle.
If the whole game was the Holy Roman Empire, I think we would have won it by now.
Possibly.
The old HRE hasn't put up much of a fight.
Not since they've been put on the back foot. Bloody Danes are everywhere though. They're like, can I get rid of them?
Oh yeah, they are endemic to whatever region we're trying to conquer. Do you ever, when you're playing RTSs, like, just take like absolutely pyrrhic victories because you just have tons of units and you're just like, oh, I'll just control A the entire army and just click on this and just let them sort it out themselves, and just like you'll win, but you know it's not the most effective way to like. Where, you know, you'll have heavier losses because you're just not playing smart, but you're just like, fuck it, just big broad strokes here. Everyone just attack him. There's like this one guy, Dave, who's like, oh shit, no. Oh, he's doing the whole army at us again thing. This is not going to be pretty for me. Like, there's so much like. There are so many opportunities to half-arse your way through RTSs, I feel. Not so much in like ones like this, but going back to Command and Conquer, you know, when you could just, you know, when you've just got like lots of money, so you can just send wave after wave of your own men at the,
So I said
at the
wave
war
after
effort.
wave of my own men against them.
The killbots?
Knowing that they had a kill limit.
I'd be willing to send wave after wave of my own men at your disposal. Yeah. It's like there gets to a point where you're like, you know, it's like, you know, like when if you're like leading a race by a large distance and you're like, your lap time will drop off because you're just not, you know, you're not paying as much attention anymore, or you know, the match, you think the battle's won, so like you click that like build infantry button and line up about 30 soldiers to come out, and there's just a line of them coming out like ants at a fucking picnic to like the last building at the enemy's base instead of like waiting. Do you remember when we had that big fight in Red Alert 2 and you were doing that with Kirovs?
Oh, I just had like tons of them.
You just had tons of them, but you were just constantly building them as well. So there was just a line of Kirovs floating.
Yeah.
It was that great map that was just a big lake in the middle and 4 corners for the bases.
Only half the enemy force remains.
That didn't work. That one didn't work out for you though.
It didn't.
That,
not in the end.
It's because of the line. You should have stacked up the Kirovs. That's the
Stack of
exactly
Kirovs for victory.
yeah. You can't send them over like in some games that would work. You know, rather than giving the opposition the time to build up a defense, like a regular onslaught might be more effective than just like in this where like units physically have to like occupy space. You know how they have to like line up in rank and file and that to actually fight each other. You can't just like send them all in one place. But I don't think in like Red Alert 2 there was much of an issue about units occupying the same space. They could all occupy a very tight space, and it's not like there was like friendly fire or anything like that, so you didn't have to worry about the space they occupied or how they like flanked units.
No.
Still
No,
a great game though.
Oh yeah, great fun.
If I could play it, it would be interesting to know how much fun it actually is and how much of this is nostalgia.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain
Yeah, I don't know. It's always a tricky one, that with old games. I remember doing that with Metal Gear, the original Metal Gear, going back and playing that. After playing the new ones, that was like, oh my god, the experience of that game. Still a great game, don't get me wrong. Great story, everything. But the controls, ugh.
Yeah, and that one
Painful.
was top down, wasn't it? Top down with a D-pad, and
It was so janky.
yeah.
I just have nothing but like, oh my god, how amazing this game was when we were younger, and then I went back to play. And as I said, like, you know, still like great fun, still really enjoyed it, but oof, it was hard. There was some moments in it where just the top-down view just did not help the situation at all.
No, and you want to feel like you can have a look around. I mean, you can. You have like, I think Triangle went first person, didn't it? But you couldn't run around when it was first person. But like 2 and 3 were also top down. Well, no, they were third person, weren't they? But they were. But it wasn't like perfectly top down like most of the original
Behold
is.
how our cowardly foe ran. This is a clear victory.
You know what I mean? Like that, you had like a 3D camera that sort of like floated up and down at different heights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did play the
Will we have triumph?
third one, but like the HD remake on the Xbox 360. When I was doing my masters, remember there was a I had that in the flat, and I was playing it like
Ships ready.
non-stop, like
Your will, sir.
where I'd like complete MGS3 like once a day. Like that would be just something I'd do every day, but like in a different way, because then they had trophies in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not like much into like trophy hunting. Like I don't often look to see what trophies are available for a game to play it. I just like, you know,
If you get them, you get them type of thing.
If I get them, I get them, and if I'll play through the core story of most games, and then that's me happy. I'm not a completionist or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like to complete a game to the basics, see the credits, and that's normally by that point I'm wanting to move on to something else. But if there is a game that I really, really like MGS3, that HD remake, you know, I'd already beaten the game before in the like non-HD version. I guess just the MGS3 OG version. But just playing it through again, I was like, oh yeah, these could be some like cool ways to do it. I mean, didn't you do that with 4? Did you do a no kill run on 4?
I didn't. Yeah, no kill run on 4. Yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah,
Apart
Yeah, I
from
did
that one
that.
bit with the zombies climbing on the vehicle as it's trying to get away. That
Is
makes
that
it
Drebin?
really...
Is it Drebin, his
I
name?
think it is, yeah. It's so hard not to kill someone on that bit. I had to restart that bit like 3 times to get through it without actually killing somebody.
Three's quite an easy no-kill run, from what I remember. And, like, you know, if I say something's easy in games, it's really fucking easy because I'm just so bad at them. But, like, it was cool in that one because then the Sorrow is, like, the easiest boss ever. Remember how you have to, like, walk through the, like,
Oh,
river
right,
of your
yeah.
own death?
Yeah.
But you can get to the end of it and see him. Like, you don't have to, you know how, like, you can, like, if
Just
you
choose
die
to
in the
die,
dead
technically.
world,
Yeah.
yeah, you can get out of it that way. There is actually a bit where you can get to the end of that river, and if you're doing a no-kill run, it's right at the start because there's no one there. There's nothing there
Right.
because that river's populated with all the NPCs you've killed throughout the game up until that point. So like the whole, you know, I mean, it's so Kojima anyway, isn't it? But it's like, here's a game where you're a soldier but you don't kill anyone, and the whole game is like based around the fact that you're not really supposed to be killing anyone. You can, and it's like kind of up to you to how you want to do it. But there are, you know, the fact that like river of death has just everyone you killed, and some of the ways you kill them is reflected in like what the NPCs say in that river.
Our men are winning the battle.
Right.
So I think there's like some, if you have shot any of them in the balls, then they'll be walking along like clutching their junk and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
Like the way they died in.
It's kind of how they're represented at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Even like animals and stuff like that. Any animals you've killed will like be in there. But yeah, I would say like in cases like that, that's a lot of fun. Like I really enjoy the whole like trophies for like stuff like that, to see like an interesting way to play the game.
Mm-hmm. Right, let's clean this one up.
The enemy general flees
Get him.
like the coward he is. Press onward and break the spirit. Only half the enemy force remains.
These were these Danes. These are Danes, aren't they? That's why the Danes get mowed down.
Yeah, I've got them now. Right, let's speed up the game.
The enemy
I know
general
I know it
has no
protects them, but
honor. He flees the field of battle and abandons
the headgear looks a bit daft, doesn't it? I mean, it's also old school graphics. But that
Yeah.
doesn't look like chainmail. That looks like a really bad wetsuit. He's here for the surf, man.
Just have a quick fight before hitting the waves.
I wouldn't go surfing around there. Are we up in there? Oh no, I thought we were fighting them up like near Riga.
No, smashed them before.
Fleet ready, sire. Orders.
Trying to get him over there, but I'm stopped by all these friggin'
My lord.
people. No. It's alright.
No more words. Draw your sword.
Okay.
Why do they want Carnarvon so bad?
I don't know. They're obsessed.
Orders.
Right, let's smash these and then we're gonna have a
We bring the
quick
battle
intermission.
to the enemy.
Good shout. I'll fill up my beverage after this battle. Battle and beverages.
beverage.
Unit, await my orders.
These are some mighty big walls we've got here. What have they got? Ugh. Lots of stuff. Let's just get everybody at the
Each tower
walls.
looks like it's gonna fall over, doesn't it? Because it's on the hill.
Yeah. Right, I'm just gonna run everybody out here because we'll leave some people in just in case it all goes horribly wrong.
As it often tends to. Especially with auto resolve, our arch nemesis.
No, a dick. Right.
I know what I was playing the other day. That was a good giggle. It's not RTS, but played it on the game I played on stream for Indie Impressions, Space Crew. I highly recommend checking that out. Where you control it's like got like sort of XCOM vibes in a way that you've got like your little crew of like 5 or 6. And they level up and get abilities and stuff like that, and you can get gear for them, but if they die, they're dead forever. But they're basically 5 or 6 people in a spaceship, and you've got to like run them around the spaceship to like the different parts of the ship as you pilot the ship on missions. So it's very much like the scene in like the very first Star Wars film, you know, where they jump on the guns and it's all going down, and they're having that fight in the Millennium Falcon. You know, and like Luke and Han are in the 2 gun turrets, and he's like, "Don't get cocky, kid." It's like that's sort of like the deal. You've got to like click on your guys and tell them where to like to go to this gun turret, go to that gun turret.
No further.
You've got like the pilot. You've got like the comms officer. You've got like what's the one out of Star Trek? Scotty, like the engineer.
Right, yeah.
You've got him as well, who can direct power to the engines or the shields or the weapons, and you've got to manage them in that respect.
The battle is very much in our favor.
But also, whilst you're in like space fights with like enemy ships and all that shit's going down, you've also got the issue of aliens coming on board and attacking your ship, so you've got to like take people off their posts and to like the gun rack to like shoot these aliens. But also, whilst that's going on, the ship's getting damaged and like fires are breaking out, so you're like doing the whole like R2C3PO thing and sending people over to put out the fires and repair bits of the ship as it's all gone to pot.
Right.
So it's quite like a bit like XCOM meets Overcooked on a spaceship,
Right.
but without like the cooperative element. But like the actual like on-ship gameplay feels very Overcooked, but you're doing it all yourself.
Right, okay.
So it's not multiplayer and cooperative, but good laugh. Well worth checking out.
Cool.
I know you enjoy XCOM and Overcooked. So
I do. Yeah.
It feels like a good recommendation. The people who made it made another game as well called Bomber Crew, which I think is very much the same idea, but you're like a World War II bomber
The spirit of his arm.
crew.
That's cool.
But I mean, I imagine the gameplay is much the same, but I much prefer the space theme to the manning a bomber plane in the war. That's just more, you know, sci-fi thing's more kind of my vibe.
Yeah.
But I feel the other one would be. I feel like not having played Bomber Crew, but I do feel like they're probably the same game with different liquor paint,
Only
like
half
this
the
and
enemy
Rome,
force
and
remains.
you know,
Yeah.
much of a muchness. If you like one, you'll like the other.
Yes, yeah.
But your favorite one will probably be 90% aesthetics and 10% actual gameplay. Like the decision, not the, you know, assuming the gameplay is all the same. I know they've obviously upgraded and changed stuff, but with this series, I can imagine the biggest draw will be like the historical time period that you like the most, especially after so many of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, obviously, like the very first one might be a bit pants now in comparison to the latest one. But if you just had all of them and you had to jump in, a good recommend, you know, unless there's some really like glaring, terrible entries in the series, it'd be like just pick the one that you think looks the coolest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But then, you know, then once you've been drawn in from like the looks and that, you can probably play the ones that have like the best gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, likely is probably going to be the same thing because when they come out, they're obviously a few years apart. So
Exactly.
by the time
so,
the best looking one comes out, it probably is the one with the best gameplay.
Oh yeah, but I mean like best looking in terms of like the theme rather than the actual art and visuals. You know what I mean? It's like if you like samurai or whatever, then you might want the ones in feudal Japan over like Rome.
Yeah.
But if you like the antiquity, Rome might be a good place to start. If you know, or it might be a case of if you just like RTSs, do you want a really good one? X entry in the series is very good.
Mm-hmm.
How many of these games are there? There must be a few, right?
There's two Romes now. There's two medievals. There's two shoguns. There's a third Warhammer one coming out. So
Our
So that's
men are winning
9.
the
I've just
battle.
quick
If we
counted there.
continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
2 Rome, 2
oh,
medieval.
there's Empire
two
Total
Shogun.
War,
Alright,
which
so
was
there's
set in
good-
like Napoleonic era, and then they came out with
Yes.
Napoleon, which was like a follow up to that. So I guess that would be
Yeah.
2 there.
There's 11.
That one was good fun as well. It's quite different. It had a
Is the Empire one more boots? Is that,
yeah, there is, and it's all like you know, musket lines and things like that. Yeah, it was okay, that one. It was. I remember it having problems with the engine though. Like they couldn't figure out. It seemed to always have a problem with like dealing with it, like all the units on screen type of thing. They kind of they didn't. What's the right word? The engine wasn't very optimized or efficient or anything like that. I remember that being a problem with it. Like whatever setting you had it on relevant to your computer would struggle with the same problem type of thing.
Right. So yeah, it was something in engine rather than each user's individual computer.
Yeah, it was good fun.
15 of them, if you were wondering. That's what my count has. Shogun, Medieval, Rome, Medieval 2, Empire, Napoleon, Shogun 2, Rome 2, Attila, Warhammer, Warhammer 2, Thrones of Britannia, 3 Kingdoms, Troy, Warhammer 3.
3 Kingdoms, I forgot about that one. Thrones of Britannia was the start of a... Actually, Thrones of Britannia and Troy ended up supposed to be like the same sort of thing. It was like supposed to be these like games set in a smaller area. So like big games, but like Thrones of Britannia was just set on the British Isles, for example. And the Troy one is just set between Greece and Turkey.
Greek islands.
So, like, but apparently Troy, since all of its updates, is actually like a really good game.
Hail my king.
So I'm quite looking forward to getting into that.
Where was Troy? Oh, that's a more recent one.
Yeah, much more recent, yeah.
When's that one? That one came out just last year. 30th of August 2020. Right.
Oh, Emperor Philip the Malevolent. Right, so let's jump on a quick intermission, and then we'll come back and destroy Emperor Philip the Malevolent.
He has it coming with a name like that.
He does.
Let's
Cool.
do it
I'll
then.
see everyone back in 5 minutes.
Yep. See you in 5, Jim.
Bye bye. Right, welcome back. I'm just going to jump straight into this, Joe. So
Let's do it.
let's
Philip the Malevolent has it coming.
He does have it
Honor
coming.
and glory await England, men. Attack!
Chamomile tea for me. That's the kind of amazing Friday nights you get to have once you're in your 30s.
Oh yeah.
And also, it's not like we're new to our 30s either. It's
No.
yeah, just Friday nights of 15-year-old RTS games and chamomile tea. Living the dream.
Wouldn't have it any
Living
other
my-
way.
Living my best life.
That's it.
No, it's good. I enjoy our Friday night hangout streams.
Yeah,
I'd enjoy them more if we were actually conquering medieval Europe like
Oh,
we set out to
We've
do.
conquered bits of medieval Europe.
We've conquered middle medieval Europe, central medieval Europe.
Yeah.
We're just struggling to make any headway in either direction. Maybe we should just go south. Maybe Italy has it coming if we just like worked our way through Italy and just joined that up with the bit we have in North Africa. Then at least we've sort of joined up the whole continents. Just have this nice solid line of territories.
Oh dear, they're going to get destroyed before they get to the wall. Are they?
It's not looking good for them. It's
Oh, hang on.
When-
They just gone
when
out of the cone. Oh, the arc.
I was
Oh,
gonna say
no.
when flaming arrows are coming at you, you don't want to be the one pushing a giant wooden tower.
No, you don't.
This is the kind of thing that happens to you. It's like, what did you think was gonna happen?
This
Like
is the
watching
sort of tomfoolery that goes down.
like watching fail videos online, where you know when you see people like messing around with what they call the big inflatable like exercise balls. Are they called exercise balls? That sounds gross.
The ladders are now in place.
Can't be called exercise
Walls
balls.
are no match for the valor and
You know the
force of
gym
our-
balls.
Yeah, yeah.
That doesn't sound bad. I don't.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know when people are, like messing around with them, or like they have them inflated and they like run at each other, and you're like, conservation of mass takes over, and obviously the smaller person involved in this is the one that goes flying. Normally the lass. It's normally like a couple where they've both got these like
Yeah.
inflatable gym balls, and they run at each other, and the lass just goes absolutely flying because she has less mass than the fella. So you're like, what did you think was gonna happen? This is exactly what's just happened to those siege tower dudes. It should be like, you showed up against flaming archers. Again, poor phrasing, but yeah, against these flaming archers, and you didn't think this was gonna happen? You brought a giant wooden tower to a flaming arrow fight?
Right, we're getting up.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Honey chamomile.
Right, that's working out alright over there. Doing stuff there.
Like, soldier, what's your name? It's like, what are you doing? Stuff. We're doing stuff. Good. Good. Are you doing stuff?
Are you winning?
Yes. I love those. Have you seen the memes of the dad asking his son if he's winning the game?
No,
it's
I don't
a
think
really
so.
it's just a really badly drawn like cartoon of a kid playing on his computer with
The battle is very much in
like
our
a set of
favour.
headphones
If we
on,
remain true
and it's just his
steadfast,
dad like popping his head
victory will
around the
be
door
ours.
saying, "Son, are you winning?" And then there's like there's a few of them, but the ones I like are all the really wholesome ones, where it's just like, I'm not, but I'm enjoying the game, so it doesn't matter, or shit like that.
Yeah.
I do enjoy a good wholesome meme. There's that in pictures of I think what's a Twitter account called? There's one I found called Cats with Jobs, and it's just amazing. It's just pictures of cats that look like they're doing jobs. I think I sent that in our WhatsApp group. There was the one of the cat next to the martini. That might be from that, even though not really a cat doing a job. But there are ones where it's like just a cat sat at like a desk at a hotel lobby, but it's just sat in such a way that it looks like it's at the computer and just like welcoming guests. Just like, anything. I'm a sucker for any like pictures of cats online. And I also also saw a video of the T-Rex scene from Jurassic Park, but they've replaced the T-Rex with a cat. It's brilliantly done as well, by the way. This ain't no like half-assed cheap production. It is like the cat, the scene with the T-Rex in the Jeep. His vision's based on movement, kind of crack on.
Oh
that one.
yeah.
That whole scene where they've got the like plate glass on their feet and it's trying to eat them, but they're like pushing back with the sunroof of the Jeep. It's like that whole scene, but the T-Rex has been taken out and it's a cat. So the cat's like just like licking the trying to lick the thing. It's brilliant. It's brilliantly done. I mean, funny because all those effects were like cutting edge for the time, and now it's something that someone with an intermediate amount of skill can shop.
Yeah.
To turn into a joke. Still excellent though. Like when they remember the poor lad who got proper bullied for his Star Wars thing. Where he's got the pool. That's the one, yeah. But do you remember when like people like CGI'd it so his pool had lasers on it and everyone was shooting at him?
Amazing.
And it looks brilliant, doesn't it? It's like,
it's so good.
It's all in the presentation though, because he looks like he's really good at it once you do it once you put it that way. Do you know what I mean? Like editing can save almost anything. I think he does talks about like cyberbullying now. Sort of sad but nice that like he's doing something productive with that.
Yeah, maybe helping some other people.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, the video is funny as shit, but
it is so good.
But it's like, I feel so bad for him because it's like I don't think the video was like, it wasn't something like he put out there. Like I completely get it if he'd like filmed himself doing that and then put it online and was like, hey everyone, look how good at like using lightsabers I am. In that case you'd be like, mate, if you're gonna make anything and put it out there, you've got to realize that some people will say your shit. Like that's just how it is. Like, there are like platinum selling artists and they'll still have people in their comments going, this song's shit, hate it. Like, yeah, alright. But he got like, I think he got it, like the footage wasn't him who uploaded it. Like
someone found it in the school, didn't they? And they put it up.
like in the AV club or something like that. And like in that case, it's the crime is the same, but like I understand the effect. The effect isn't the same, but it's like it's like having a sex tape leaked. I know it's not the same content, but you know what I mean. Like the point I'm saying is like that was something private, regardless of what it was.
Yes.
That wasn't supposed to be shared. Like any other leak, it's like a similar kind of thing. It's like I filmed it, but it wasn't for everyone. So you know, oh, you'd be absolutely devastated. Like that. Before I finish this sentence, this is like the worst. It's a front-loaded sentence
Only
that
half the
needs
enemy
to be
force
heard
around
right
the
to the
battle is
end
very much in our favour. If we
before
remain
the
true
sentence
and
gets
steadfast,
reacted to.
victory will be ours.
But like that time my mum found that video of us, James, which without context sounds
Yeah.
fucking mental. When we were fucking around with my old camcorder and those
So
inflatable
good.
aliens, again, needs context. The aliens were just fighting each other. It's fine. It wasn't out weird. Well, it was a bit weird. They were
It's a bit
fighting with their
weird.
penises. But we were like 8. And the aliens, not us. We weren't filming ourselves fighting with our cocks. Sorry. It was the aliens who were fighting with their cocks on this weird video that we thought was hilarious. Which was even, which to be fair, did become funnier once my family had discovered it and found this video we'd made several years later. I think my mum's got that cassette of us playing with those inflatable aliens and having them hate each other with their cocks. Fucking comedy gold.
Survives to the day.
Oh, amazing. Like the time I tell you about my little brother mooning the Kinect, didn't I?
I think so.
Oh, it was funny. It was funny as hell. He'd had a well, whenever the Kinect was out, but like he'd had his birthday party and had all his mates around to just like play games all afternoon. They'd just they'd set up consoles in like various rooms around the house, and it basically just the party had been like split into groups, and they'd just like cycle around the different rooms of the house playing different games. But
Right.
we'd found but they'd been playing on the Xbox and the Kinect, and there's this game where you like on a raft going down the like river rapids, and you've got to move around the room. So if you stand on the left of the raft, it steers left, etc. So you've got to like move around the play space and and jump and duck and stuff like that. But there's also a bit throughout where it's like a ride at a theme park and it takes a photo.
Alright.
So we'd found I'd went to go on it on the Xbox, where to play on the Xbox, and obviously it's like there's no space on the Xbox. You need to like delete some shit, that kind of crack on, which despite technology advancing doesn't seem to be a problem that goes away with modern consoles. But anyway, I go on it and I'm like, the fuck, there's pictures of me like little brother's mates mooning the Kinect camera. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But I'm like, it's fucking funny though. So I call me folks down. I'm like, oh, yous are just gonna die. This is too funny. When my little brother had his birthday party, him and all his mates were mooning the camera whilst they were playing it when it was getting to take photos. And we're like, oh, yep, that's them. That's all their mates mooning the Kinect camera. So we call me little brother down. We're like, what's going on here? What's this? He's like, oh, it's just me mates being divvies or whatever. So you didn't do it? No, not me. No, I didn't do it. Okay, so if we go through these photos, you're not gonna be any of them. We're like, he's like, no, I didn't do it. It was just me mates being stupid. I wasn't there. And so we start going through the photos, and he's getting really angry with us because obviously he's quite embarrassed, and it's all his mates mooning the Kinect. But it's all his mates. And obviously, I think he was like 13 or 14 at the time, so he was like, this is sick. You look at little kids. We're like, we're not. You've mooned the camera, and now it's on my Xbox. Like, what's going on? He's like, you're sick. Sure enough, it gets to one point. We get there, and there he is, like mooning the camera, but like looking over his shoulder, back at the camera, doing the stupidest pose you ever
Oh my
seen.
God.
And like we all just like lose our shit. We're like, oh, that's too funny. He loses his shit. He's obviously like fuming. Like obviously he's mortified. He was like 13, 14 at the time, full on teenager, and he just goes in a massive storm. He's like, "You fucking sick," and storms off to his room. We're like, fuck me, that was too funny, too good. He's got over it now, but like at the time,
The years of therapy helped, I guess.
we needed the therapy after. It's like we didn't want this. I'm like, what the fuck is this doing on my Xbox? Like, the last thing you want is that kind of material saved anywhere on any device you own, especially when you didn't fucking put it there. That's like, I mean, obviously, the sick bastards who are into that kind of shit would do that intentionally, but I'm like, fuck, what the fuck is going on here? This is not what I want on my Xbox. Get down here. What's this all about? Yeah, we did delete them, obviously.
Good.
But like, not until we hadn't like properly wound up my little brother over it. Obviously, you've got to
get some jokes in.
Oh yeah. Bless him. I know fine. I mean, Circle of Life or whatever, but I know fine well if me like youngest brother had done the same. The middle one would be straight in on it. He'd be like, "Yeah, oh, let's rip him for it. This will be funny. Get him down here." Who's been moved? I mean, is the Kinect even a thing anymore? Like,
I don't know.
I mean, like, motion I think the camera's used for like VR and stuff, right? But like, not in the way it initially was used. I've seen it used in research actually. That like Kinect camera,
Yeah.
like because of like motion tracking and stuff like that. I've seen like research projects where they just use it because it's obviously a very cheap and accessible way to have a camera that can do like motion tracking. And I guess because it's like built using like a Windows architecture, it's quite easily like modded. So obviously, if you need to track anything and you need a camera that can track motion, you just like, oh, buy a fucking Xbox Kinect camera, and then use your own software on it. Because I think it just connects by USB or something like that. So it's all very
clever.
It's all very clever if you're doing the sciencey stuff. You know, I mean, I don't know why anyone does science anymore, because if you need the answer to complex scientific questions, just go on Facebook.
Exactly.
And
the internet is awash with
experts.
With experts, yeah.
With experts whose education ends before school.
Of course.
That's what I don't get. It's like, look, if you were there spouting shit in the comments about how X, Y, and Z works, and then your profile said PhD in somewhat related field, I'd be like, fair enough. This person's put in the groundwork, but like,
they know.
When their education history just like ends at like the secondary school they went to, and I'm like, not that everyone has to go to university or whatever, but it could be quite useful in a given field, especially of study. Like, if you have other credentials, please let me know. But you know, when it's like O levels at X comprehensive, you kind of like,
you don't really.
Are you the right authority to voice your opinion
Yeah.
on this complicated topic to a group of strangers on the internet? Like, you know, it's mad enough that in this given field they think, one, that their opinion is valid, and two, that they have like like that anyone else would care what their opinion is. Hello, Mystic Steve. This is Medieval 2 Total War. We're in the
Yes, it
middle
is.
of a long ass campaign in which we're
Not really getting anywhere.
We've not been getting anywhere for about 25 weeks. Is it? No, it can't be that. 24 weeks. Sorry. 24 weeks of
Stagnation.
trying to conquer medieval Europe and not managing it.
We've done all right. We're giving the Holy Roman Empire a bit of a whooping, though.
Oh yeah.
My lord!
Did set
our
out
men
trying
are
to
in
learn
command of the
something as well.
city.
I have learned some stuff. I've learned that the Danes have endless sums of money
Resources, yeah.
to fund a war effort.
Which goes completely against the actual history. The fact that, the reason they invaded the UK was for resources.
As Vikings, right? Are we talking Vikings or no Jutes? No, were Jutes Danes? No, Jutes weren't Danes, were they?
Vikings, yeah, you're right. The Northmen. Like they didn't
Jutes
have.
were Danes.
They didn't really have very arable
Our
land.
men
Is that
are
the
winning the battle.
phrase?
If we continue
Yeah.
like this, we will
They needed to
smash
grow
the enemy.
stuff and then eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jutes were Danes as well. Just looking them up there. I
Our
think they
men
came
no
from that neck of
longer
the woods.
command the city.
Because Jutes were Danes. Angles were like North German, like modern day
Saxons
Northern
were,
Germany.
Saxony.
I think that's Germany as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's one other that were modern day Netherlands groups. I can't remember the ones that came over. Frisians,
Frisians.
yeah.
Bloody
And they
Frisian.
were the early settlers of what was England. That's why it's called England, because it was Angleland. There you go. That's some history I learned. Through 24 different streams, Jim, and that's what I've taken.
That's what
away.
you've taken out of this.
I've taken out, and this is I think this happened 500 years before the start of this game.
By St. George, our men have taken
It did
control of the
because
city.
this one started in Norman times, didn't it? It started
1066.
1080.
Pretty much. Oh yeah, just after 1066.
It's
'cause,
1080. The starting year
yeah.
for this game is 1080 after William the Conqueror has
Oh, what are you doing, lads? Oh, Evan.
done his majigs.
Get in, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Tell you what, the game has not liked this battle. It's look at it. What are these two doing? Just running backwards and forwards and that. The game is showing its age a little bit here. Oh, look at this hero. Just one fella left. Look at him. Go on. Don't know where you're running, but you get there. Oh, he's all on his own. He's just gonna stand there. He's like, nah, I'm done here. This is me done. I'm gonna get into a warrior pose and I'm just gonna stand here admiring this city. You do that.
Him being epic.
It's just like, yeah, I'm just leaving the camera here. We're just gonna watch this last minute and 50 seconds go down.
Just watch him stand there being dope.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Dope, Dave. I like how his armor looks like stretchy pants. He's got those leggings on. You know, you can get like prints of like armor.
I didn't, but I knew you could get princess. I didn't know you could get like
You can get anything on
I
leggings
guess-
these
yeah.
days.
Yeah. I mean, do you
You've seen
remember
me
in the
calendar, Joe.
90s? Do you mind?
You know, it's really not liking this battle. Everything's so janky right now.
Do you mind in the 90s where everything had stuff printed on it? Like everything was printed polyester, and then people thought it was lame, and now everyone's realized it's class again. Like GIFs or GIFs. Like remember in like the late 90s when all the internet was just GIFs.
Yeah.
Like every website was just crap GIFs with like sparkly star effects, and now everyone's like GIFs are class again.
This
Because
is a clear victory.
everything plus
It
20
goes
years
to
is
only men of
awesome.
great
That's how
virtue
it
and
works.
Oh, look at Dave's pose now. Everyone else is cheering in the background. He's just like, calm down, lads, man.
Stoic. I like it.
Well,
Comprehensive.
so now we have Nuremberg.
Yes.
Glory, honor,
What's our net gain for the stream in terms of
gods be praised.
cities this time? Is that
He has
is that the
granted
one?
us
No,
That
no.
one.
We've got Riga back and
Did we get Antwerp back?
no, but we
No.
will get Antwerp back 'cause there's nothing really in Antwerp. I was going to go and get Toulouse, but there's a very large army sat outside, so I'm kind of just figuring out what
If
the
it
best
is
thing to do
evacuate,
is.
come closer.
What happens?
By
I
your
was gonna say
command.
you can't just walk around them and then like just attack Toulouse, can you?
No, I don't even know where the entry... I'd have to come all the way into Spain, then back up the coast. It would take ages.
All right. Well
Can I
then,
go
don't do that.
around there? Oh,
Yes, sir.
I've snuck round. I'm going to
Continuing
sneak round the
tomorrow,
back.
sire.
Sneaking round the back.
So there's a way into Toulouse where you just kind of just go. I've got this massive army, and I'm just gonna walk past these 3 other massive armies, and we're not gonna notice each other.
We stole the march on them in the night.
Smart.
Um,
Pro gamer tactics.
it was, yeah.
Aye, sire.
Oh, can I deposit him now, can I?
Fleet. All ashore.
Go,
Gross.
Stephen.
Your will, sir.
Who's there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They will be very good, I'm sure. Let's grab some more, and then we'll take these 2. We'll go get them back next turn. Two more turns, apologies. Right, you know what? I know that's going to try and do it next turn. Esteban de Coco, by the way, what a name.
A fantastic name. If he isn't like the lead singer in some kind of like glam rock band, I'm massively disappointed in him. He's not living his life to the fullest.
He's not. Actually, I can disband you. I don't need you now. Get out of here, man. Right, I think that might be a good time to end tonight's World Domination stream. We took 2 places back this time.
Which was the goal for every stream. Like the last 15 streams, we were supposed to take 2 cities a turn to win this game. What did we say? There are like 250 turns to a campaign, something like that.
We have
many what we at?
16 regions control. Oh, hang on.
Out of
No, hang on.
16.
Regions controlled and then
16.
castles, so it's... What?
21.
Oh, no. It's 16. I think just some of them are castles. So we need to get 45 regions, including Jerusalem, in the next 32 turns. Oh, dear. It's a
36
race
turns.
against
No.
time.
No,
32.
how many turns? I was to say 30. Oh, 32.
Aye.
Oh. How many in... Say
We
that
need to
again?
get 29 regions in 32 turns. Including Jerusalem.
Wait, hang on. That's better than our old one. We must have miscalculated last time.
Maybe.
No. Yeah. 29 divided by 32 is slightly under 1. So we need 0.9 settlements or regions.
Per turn.
Sorry. Per turn. No. Oh, per turn. Yes. No, that's still good. Our old one was 2. We must have miscalculated because we haven't managed 2 per.
I don't know.
Oh no, did we not need like 2 per stream? Was that not our calculation?
It
2
might
per
have
stream,
been.
and now
That's
it's
what it was.
1. Now it's 1 per turn.
Yeah, which is that's like almost impossible. I do not think we are going to be completing this game, but we'll get close to it. I think because I think we'll get one there.
We'll get
There's one up for
agonizingly
grabs there.
close.
Probably one up for grabs over here.
I mean, really,
Oh,
for
these
this
two
to
are too
work,
far out.
there needs to be armies already on their way to far reaches of the map. So
I know,
that by
and then
end 32, they're capturing the most far-flung regions.
it's getting down to
It's not like
Jerusalem
you
as
can
well. Like,
airlift them in.
how am I
It's
supposed to
going
get
to
them
take
over
you
there?
donks. Yeah, like it would take them. Like you have 32 turns, right? It might take them 15 just to get there.
Yeah, it's gonna take ages. Unless do I
That's if they
take
leave
Christopher
now.
Peckham over there instead of attacking the Danish citadel? Do I just send him on a boat and take him all the way around to Jerusalem and take Jerusalem? Maybe there'll be a few things over here I can grab in short order. I don't know. Maybe that's what I do.
Just he has to just start running for it. Just run, Christopher Peckham.
Christopher Peckham, yeah.
Run, Christopher Peckham.
Yeah.
Set off now. If you set off now, you'll be fine. Go for it. Don't even trip.
Well, we'll give it a try anyway, but it doesn't look good. But thanks a lot for joining us tonight in the stream. Obviously good to hang out anyway, and me and Joe will catch you in a week's time, I guess, unless there's anything else.
There shouldn't be. There's not a demo disc this weekend. I needed. Plans have moved around, but this month is mainly focusing on a couple of supporter streams. That's streams of the games by the lovely people who support us on Patreon, who allow us to do these cool kind of things and all the other stuff we do to celebrate indie games. So we'll have a couple of streams of some interesting indie games. Also maybe a few more indie impressions this month, because I am not sure if my schedule is going to allow that many demo disc live streams this month, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If there's time for one, I can get one put together. Then I might be able to get one demo disc live showcase stream put together. But mainly this month we'll be focusing on the supporter streams and some indie impression streams in the meantime, and obviously our regular Friday night stream when we can.
Yeah.
Next Friday, that should be
Orders, my lord.
good to go for me.
Sire. Orders,
Sounds good.
my lord. Sire.
Shuffle these guys around. Right, yeah, well, thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll catch you over on the various social media channels, and next week, right back here for the next installment of the World Domination Tour.
Yeah, we'll see if we actually conquer anyway.
Catch you later.
See ya.